What if I told you there's a method to increase penis length that doesn't involve surgery, pills, or shady injections? It's not a quick fix, it's not something you'll see in flashy ads, but it might actually work if you know what you're doing. In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into penile stretching, what it is, how it works, what kind of results are possible, and most importantly, whether the gains are real or just hype. This isn't just another bigger overnight scam. We'll break it all down with science, not marketing. Stick around because the truth might surprise you. Let's dive deeper into how penile traction actually works and what you can realistically expect if you decide to commit. At its core, traction is based on a simple biological principle. When you apply gentle, steady tension to tissue over time, the body responds by creating new cells. This process is called mechanotransduction, which is just a fancy term for how physical force turns into a biological reaction. Your skin stretches, your tissue expands, and over time, your body adapts. Penile traction uses this principle by applying a consistent pull to the shaft of the penis. This doesn't just stretch the skin, it encourages your body to build new tissue to handle the tension. And once that tissue is there, it doesn't just shrink back, it stays. Now, this process is gradual. It's not something that happens in days or even weeks. Think of it like braces for your teeth. When worn consistently over months, they realign your teeth. Penile traction does something similar, reshaping tissue slowly, safely, and permanently. Let's get into the results. How much length can you actually gain? Based on medical research and clinical experience, a typical gain from using a traction device is between 1.5 to 2 centimeters, or roughly 0.6 to 0.8 inches. Here's the interesting part. That's about the same as what you'd get from surgery that cuts the suspensory ligament, but without the scars, risks, or downtime. The catch? You have to commit. Most studies showing real gains involved men who used the device for at least 4 to 6 hours a day, every single day, for 6 months. Some stretched even longer. Skipping days drastically reduces your chances of seeing any change. Let's take a look at some of the science behind this. A 2009 study published in the British Journal of Urology International followed 15 men using a traction device daily. After 6 months, the average flaccid length increased by 1.7 centimeters and erect length by 1.1 centimeters. Another study in 2011 looked at men with Peyronie's disease who used a traction device and showed similar gains in length, confirming tissue remodeling over time. A 2013 systematic review of penile traction therapy for Peyronie's and lengthening concluded that while data is limited, traction does show measurable effects when used properly. These aren't massive changes, but they're real, and more importantly, they're permanent. If you're thinking, that's not much, consider this. Even a 1.5 centimeter increase can visually make a penis look significantly longer, especially when erect. It can also have a powerful psychological effect, improving confidence and reducing anxiety during intimacy. That said, traction isn't a magic wand. You can't put the device on for an hour here and there and expect results. This is a serious commitment. Just like going to the gym or learning a language, the payoff comes from consistent effort. It's slow, it's boring, but it works. Now let's talk about the devices themselves. There are two main types of traction devices: rod-based devices. These are the most common. They consist of a base ring, adjustable rods, and a headpiece that grips the glans, head of the penis using a strap or noose. You increase the tension gradually over time by lengthening the rods. These devices are usually more affordable, starting around $150, and they've been around the longest. However, they can be uncomfortable, especially during long sessions. Vacuum-based devices. Instead of strapping down the head, these use a suction bell that gently pulls on the glands. They tend to be more comfortable and are often better for men with smaller penises or sensitive skin. They cost more, typically $300 to $500, but are easier to wear for long hours. Both types work. It really comes down to personal preference and what you can wear consistently. Comfort matters more than price because if you stop using the device, you stop making progress. Each device comes with a learning curve. Expect some trial and error in the beginning. You'll need to adjust tension, find the right position, take breaks, and watch for any signs of irritation. Patience is key. Let's also talk about side effects. Omfort or occasional skin irritation, things like redness, pressure marks, or a slight ache. About 40% of users report some kind of temporary pain, but it usually goes away with adjustments or rest. What's crucial is not overdoing it. You can't force faster gains by cranking up the tension or wearing the device for 12 hours a day. That's how you end up with nerve damage, blisters, or worse. The goal is gentle, steady progress, not punishment. Now, a lot of guys ask, will this also increase girth? Unfortunately, the answer is no, at least not in any meaningful way. Traction affects length more than width. One small study in 2007 suggested a slight girth improvement, but the results were inconsistent and not clinically significant. If thickness is what you're after, you'll need to look into fillers, fat injections, or surgical options, which come with their own pros and cons. Let's compare traction to other popular methods and why many of them fall short. Vacuum pumps. These devices create a temporary increase in blood flow, which can make the penis appear fuller and firmer for a short period. Some men use them before sex or as a therapy for erectile dysfunction, but because the effect only lasts 20 minutes or so, they don't trigger lasting growth. Pills and supplements. Most of these are a complete waste of money. There's no scientific evidence that any pill can increase penis size. Some may improve blood flow or libido, but that's it. Weights or hanging. These might seem like a shortcut, but they're incredibly risky. Hanging free weights from your penis can cause serious injury. Tearing, nerve damage, and erectile problems are all real dangers. There's no safe way to do it, and no trustworthy doctor recommends it. What makes traction different is that it's medically tested, relatively safe, and non-invasive. But again, it's not easy. You need a plan, discipline, and the right expectations. Let's say you're ready to try. Here's how to set yourself up for success. Pick the right device. Choose one you can wear comfortably for long periods. Don't go for the cheapest or flashiest. Go for quality. Start slow. Begin with shorter sessions and low tension. Let your body adapt. Be consistent. Make it part of your daily routine. Set reminders. Stay on track. Track your progress. Measure your length monthly. This helps you stay motivated and realistic. Listen to your body. If you feel pain or numbness, stop. Comfort is more important than speed. And finally, don't let shame drive your decision. There's nothing wrong with wanting to improve yourself. But chasing perfection or comparing yourself to unrealistic standards will only make you miserable. The goal isn't to become someone else, it's to feel more confident in your own body. If traction helps you get there, great. Just know that confidence isn't measured in inches, it's measured in how you carry yourself. Stretching devices aren't magic, but they're not useless either. If you're realistic, consistent, and patient, and if your expectations are based on facts, not fantasies, penile traction might give you real, measurable results. But never forget, chasing perfection can blind you to what you already have. Know your body, understand your options, and make smart choices, because when it comes to your health, shortcuts usually lead to setbacks. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself